Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest Starmaker Bolin show ever to air on March 18th, 2025.
This the
My
best
name's
one.
Bob Hazelwood. To my immediate right on your screen is Kenny the Starmaker Bolin, who just turned 65. He's now an official senior citizen. Although you can join ARP at 55, Kenny is now officially a senior citizen at 65. So please, people, do not pick on the elderly. I'm asking you, I'm begging you.
Please.
Elder abuse is a real thing, and we don't want any part of it.
Now that I'm officially elderly, we can't have any of that.
Officially elderly. All right, tonight we want to thank our sponsors as we get started. Thank you, Marino's Pizza. Thank you, Carrabba's Italian Grill. Thank you to the Fish House. Thank you to Royals Hot Chicken, our newest sponsor. Thank you to McDonald's, Mickey D, and, of course, Arby's. Just like Kenny Bolin, they have the meat.
They have the meat. I was just there. You thought I was making that logo up, didn't you? So was I for a minute.
Yeah.
I had to go back to 2020 to find that logo. I
just
had to
prior to my starting along the show. So
yeah, I had to go back to 2020 to find that logo because Bob, I found a Burger King one, Bolin King. I found that, and then I found the art. Then I kept. Bob says, "Well, this is close. You know, that ain't Arby's, but it's close." And I said, "No, God damn it, I've got the logo. It's in there." And I want you to know I had to go through. So I started where I thought I was and it wasn't there. Then I go to the bottom and it wasn't there. I go to the top, it's not there. I go in the middle and can't find. And finally, I have to go through JJ Arwood's Facebook page, which I guess is running again. Who knows? I haven't heard a word out of JJ in forever. So I go through his Facebook page and scroll through the media files. And finally, after going back, because when I got to 2021, I said, did he delete it? You know, why would you? That was an excellent logo. I hope Bob shows it on here later. It's a Arby's even loved it. I sent it to Arby's today. They loved it. And they might not show it to anybody, but they loved it. Yeah. And I finally get back to 2020, and then there it is with a bunch of other stuff. And they even made a kingfish logo out of my name, which I forgot he had done. But they made a T-shirt. Now I got a friend that says he's going to clean this T-shirt up a little bit. And now remember, it's not my birthday tonight. We have no celebrities on, so I would not expect a monster attendance tonight. It's just a basic Tuesday night show, and we're going up I guess against some play-in basketball tonight, aren't we?
We are, but you know,
who are the play-ins? Because I have no idea.
Texas and Xavier was the only one.
That's a good one. Now I picked Xavier on my play-in on that one. I got the Musketeers pulling that one off.
I don't remember the other ones, but I can look real quick because
it's a real shitty one. I do remember that.
Bracket.
And then we got play-ins again. Here's what I don't like: the play-ins should be strictly for the 16th seed. How can you play into the 11th seed? And then when you get beat, you could have been an 11th, but now you're out. And 11s beat 5s. I'm sorry, 11s. They would play what, 4s?
The 12-5 is 12-5.
Yeah, they win all the time. Yeah. How do you play into an 11th seed? It should be 8 teams playing for the 4 teams that are going to be the 16. I do not get how you have to play into an 11th seed.
All right.
And maybe you got to play into one of the 12s. I forget.
American versus MSM. I don't know who those are.
Because Auburn's already matched up against the 16 seed.
Alabama State, yes.
Yeah. So they're not even getting a play-in team that's been weakened up a little bit.
It's been beaten up by the rigors of the play-in game.
By the Mamma Jammas. So I don't know.
All right. So I'm going to post we do have our annual Fantasy ESPN bracket. There's a link if you want to join and compete against us for fabulous prizes, which include
one of my brackets thinks fairly highly of my picks, and I did a second one, like if what the fuck happened,
the social
they didn't think as highly of that one.
Yeah, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, currently known as Elon X. Is offering a prize of a trip to Mars if you have a perfect bracket.
Well, no one has ever picked one, so I guess we're safe on that.
The odds are extraordinarily high against a perfect.
Yeah, no one's ever
There's
picked
always,
one that I've ever heard
there's
of.
always an upset, right? There's never been a
There's
a
always
tournament where someone, where there was not
Yeah,
something.
I'll offer you a trip to Mars too. Anybody in here that picks a perfect graphic, I'll give you 2 trips to Mars, and you can take 2 friends.
You can take.
So I just outdid Elon Musk right here.
All right, so
I
the
got the
link
money
there
to
in the
do it.
chat.
I got the same money he's got. The way he's losing money lately.
Right.
Probably more real money. Probably more real money.
Traded in your AMC stock for Tesla stock and lost
I
even
could trade.
more.
I could trade in my 29-cent stock and kick his ass probably. Yeah, it hurt me to go through JJ's files because I found where AMC was worth $68 a share because I was trying to get him to get a few shares, and
that's pre-split. So
that's
with
pre-split.
today's price,
yeah,
it was $680 a share.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I wouldn't be here tonight. That's for goddamn sure. We got a couple of families out there needing some help. We've got but listen to this shit. Eunice's friend Annika, who is 8 months pregnant, has to take a motorcycle back and forth to school. She's 19 years old and a senior. Says her boyfriend loves her and he's going to take care of her. Okay. I have a unicorn in the bedroom, but we'll see how all that plays out. But she's 8 months pregnant, has to take a motorcycle back and forth to school. She got pulled over by the OTO or LTO, the LTO, I think they're called. I think they're the
LWO.
The Latino World Order or somebody.
Yes.
But I think they're called the LTO, some police in the Philippines. And they pulled her over and gave her a third warning for being on her motorcycle. They impounded her motorcycle. Now, I don't know what it's worth, but it costs 30,000 pesos to get it out. Ouch. Rounding up the numbers, that's $600 fucking dollars. No, we will not be getting Annika's motorcycle out of impoundment. Eunice was pulled over. Eunice was in some cases. Eunice was pulled over the other day by the LTO or whatever the fuck they're called. And she was warned that she has to get her motorcycle registered and smoke tested. I don't know what that's going to cost. Her mother's looking into it today. But if not, if she gets pulled over again, they're impounded. And they're watching her house to see if she leaves school on a motorcycle. So I had to send them fare today to be able to get to school. It's $4 for the whole family to be able to go to school. There's four kids there. So it's $4 to get them to school. I sent them enough to get to school for the next 3 days. Hopefully we can find out what it's going to cost to get the motorcycle registered and smoke tested because we just recently moved them to a new town. But holy fuck, maybe we should have stayed in the old town where they didn't fuck with you. God damn. Always something. So, and if y'all don't speak, we're going to be here 30 minutes and I'll handle this shit myself. That's the mood I'm in tonight. Goddamn show's here to interact. I don't care if me and Bob are both in bad moods. I gave Bob the night off the other day because he's in bad mood. We couldn't have both of us in a bad mood. That'd be 2 bad moods. You don't want double bad moods or even triple in some cases.
We'd have bad moods rising.
Bad moods rising. That'd be a good show right there. So, but feel free to interact. And now one of the fans wrote me this morning and said that Jambi, what was Jambi's situation? Jambi had something going on. Oh, a bully apparently ripped her son's school bag. Now, I don't remember if I'm the one that bought that school bag because I've bought a few of them lately. But he wanted to issue a challenge tonight to raise money to help out Jambi's family, help get that school bag, maybe be of some help raising some money to get the smoke test and registration done on Eunice's motorcycle. Whatever it is, it ain't going to be 30,000 peso. I said, if you're stupid enough to get on that motorcycle and it gets impounded, it's gone. There will be no $600 being raised on this show to get what you've already been warned not to be on. Well, we got to go to school today. I have big exams I have to take. What's the cost to go to school? 200 pesos a day. That's, well, let me send you enough to get to school at least for the next 3 days. Let's figure out what's going on with the other shit. Her mother's looking into that now so they don't get in trouble over that shit. Yeah, I guess we're going head to head with some shit tonight, or we just gave late notice on the show being put up because we're not doing so good tonight. Either that or everybody got tired on the birthday show, which the birthday show was a good turnout. I think we peaked at 177 and raised good money on the show. And some was intended for me trying to make up money on the fucking 501c3, which basically ran about $400. But if Bob will tell you, when we looked into it years ago, it was going to run between $5,000 and $7,000. So my friend looked into it, and she's found out that her job's being liquidated on April 31st. She also works for the government, and she's the one that cut through a lot of red tape for me and a lot of dollars, and saved me. I guess if you want to look at worst case scenario, $6,500, $6,600 as to what it could have been, because that's the reason we didn't do it years ago when Anthony Scaramucci suggested it. So, so we'll be looking into that. Who else? We got a lot of people taken care of. I sent Bob a shitload of receipts. You probably get sick of seeing them. Because some of them small, some of them big, getting various families taken care of on various things that they needed. And we got pretty well caught up for this month on people that were needing help, other than the things that have come in today. And so whatever we can do to be a part of that would be great. If somebody other than Jambi would speak, that would be great. You never know. And but yeah, one of the people that watches the show said that he would be watching. Let's see, AMC was up a little bit today. Yeah, thanks. Where's that $68 at?
Yeah, it's insane for the way that stock.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What
reverse split.
Well, as a family member of mine has said, as long as you're in this country, you're going to get fucked eventually. So, and there's living proof of that still going on today.
It's a law. It's a law. He must be.
There's a lot of shit going on. Oh, and Trump thinks it's now perfectly legal to sweep anybody off the street. And if they're suspected of being involved in anything whatsoever that he finds shady, you can be sent to Guantanamo Bay, to where they don't have room for anybody. And by the way, I think I heard we spent $80 million, or it might have been more than that. It was a ridiculous amount of money to put 12 people at a time in jail. Might have been $8 million a pop to use that big ass jet, that big ass cargo plane they were flying people over. Made to hold hundreds and hundreds of people, and there's sometimes 7 people to get off the plane. 12 people, all for the show, all for the cameras, all for the video. And it was running millions of dollars every time they would use it. And I think I heard some ridiculous number of 80 million, 100 million or something like it. Might have been more than that to ship these people to Guantanamo Bay. And now they've all been shipped back because they didn't have the proper facilities, proper staffing to keep them there. Oh, and of course,
the authority to arrest them in the first place. But
yeah, and a lot of these people are there. They don't know if they've committed a crime at all, rather than being here, which has been termed also by the government is not a crime. It's not a federal crime to be a so-called illegal alien. That is not a. It's labeled under something, but being a federal crime is not one of them, because Trump always calls them criminals because they're here. Where there's only one criminal he can refer to, and that's the one he can look in the mirror at. That's a convicted criminal, settled out of court criminal a few times, long before he ever got in office. So if he wants to eliminate crime, if he just stepped down, that'd get rid of a lot of it. That'd get a big chunk of it. So they only want law and order when it applies to them. There's Natasha. I haven't seen Natasha in a little bit. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember if it was Christian that was the one that was wanting to help out with that kid. I think it was someone else.
Christian did help us out though on your birthday.
He did. He really did. He did that big challenge. That helped us out. The Coltrane's not here tonight, but he says he will be back Thursday night with a challenge, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, Jason's got a little personal stuff taken care of. So,
my son's bag is broken. Yeah, I can forward that to Bob so he can see what we're trying to raise some money for to help with that situation. And
like it was him. Yes, it was him.
Christian, are you the one that heard from Jambi today about the bag? Because I just sent Bob a picture of it. There's someone else claiming they were wanting to be of some help tonight too, but I'm blanking out on the name.
Yeah,
a lot of people write me. I think it was Jeff Sanford that was wanting to be of some help. Let me show. Yeah, I'm headed back to bed. Let's see. Getting on me about. I called him a Husky fan, but he's a Washington State fan.
I don't see what's
Oh,
wrong with that.
he had donated. Jeff had donated the other day, and then I remembered his donation. He said he finally figured PayPal out, and he said he was going to try to drop in tonight.
Christian said he just
I
sent me
am.
$25.
Well, 25 beats shit out of nothing. Beats the shit out
In
of nothing.
fact,
So I
it
tell you
beats
what,
the shit out of everything else we've gotten tonight so far.
so far, it beats the shit out of everything tonight. It sure does. So, but those are the people we're trying to help. Christian just sent 25 right now. Is what he did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, thank you very much. I thought he meant the other night. Thank you, Christian. We appreciate it. Yeah, and I think Jeff said that he was wanting to be of some help tonight too. So there's a $25 challenge out of Christian. We appreciate
it. There's the backpack. I don't really see where it's torn unless it's down inside the.
I don't know.
Unless that's inside down in there, that white where they're
yeah. Said some bullies ripped their son's bag, and
maybe that's
isn't it a shame that that's a worldwide that's a shame it's a worldwide epidemic that we have to have bullies all over the world.
Yeah, well, it's a crazy thing, and the people in the Philippines, you would think, as poor as everybody is there,
that they would unite,
right? And yet you get a bunch of folks who are all basically dark-skinned folks, and then they get mad at someone who's the darkest skinned of them all.
The darker skinned ones,
you're all darker skinned people. It's not. I mean, look at me. There, you want to see white face? There's white face.
White meat, baby face.
Well, at least half. That's probably right.
Did have a J9E. She's one. We got her medication. Now you got all your medications. Are you doing better? And are you out of the hospital as of yet? We did get her medications. Natasha, old friend of mine, hadn't heard from her lately. Hopefully she's doing good. And let's see, Jambi, we're working on it. Trying to get Eunice some help. There's Miss Rebecca is in the house here tonight.
Yeah. All right. So
maybe some people were getting up.
Yeah, people are just now waking up or something.
Waking up, that could be about how I feel.
So I put the link again in the chat. If you want to play basketball challenge with us, do your bracket, join our group. That gets you an entry into ESPN's contest.
I had to find my password again so I could join my own group.
I will
because I've lost my fingerprint. I can't do my fingerprint login on my iMac, so I have to remember that password. I try to go reset the fingerprint and it won't do it. I got to have my son come over here and show me how to redo that again, because it just won't work. Right, so I have to remember that password. Yeah. So because of that, it's not remembering all my old passwords. Mm-hmm. So I finally, after about the 5th try, I got the password to get into my old ESPN bracketology thing that I've done every year since I've been here. So finally figured I had to guess 5 different passwords, and then I had to go to my Gmail and finally find where they sent the code. Once I figured out the password, I had to do the 6-digit code. I figured out the goddamn password. Now I got to prove, after I figured out the password, that I'm the guy that figured out the password in that email. So God, they make you work. I wish
2-factor authentication
go to hell.
Yeah,
Jesus.
It is irritating as all get out sometimes. So I'm going to share my bracket. If you want to win, do not make these picks. We'll start here in the South where Auburn and Alabama State play. I, of course, chose Auburn there. I picked the mighty Louisville Cardinals over Creighton.
I flip-flopped on both of those because Creighton is pretty good. It is at Rupp Arena, and I flip-flopped. So to save time, as we do this, you tell me what you picked, and I'll go by memory and tell you who I picked on my number 1 sheet.
Okay, so this is one of my 3. This is my all Texas finals. So Louisville.
Well, why don't you take the one that you think you're actually going to win in? Why don't you do that?
Because that's the one that's entered in. This is the one that's entered into our group.
Oh, that's the one you did. Okay.
Yeah. So Michigan over UC San Diego, Texas A&M over Yale, Ole Miss over San Diego State, Iowa State over David Lipscomb College, New Mexico with an upset.
Hang on. Got a story about David Lipscomb. Remember when I told you I used to play baseball for Trevecca Nazarene College in Nashville?
Nashville,
yeah. Well, I was playing illegally. I was 27 years old. I wasn't supposed to be on the team because I didn't go to school there, but the coach really liked me. The basketball coach was an assistant coach to Denny Crum at Louisville. So we got along real good. So the basketball coach got me to teach their team how to shoot 3-pointers. He watched me hit 27 threes in a row. And he says, there's nobody on the team that can do that. And he says, you need to work with my team. He said, and so we did. And then he introduced me to the baseball coach because they would watch me play baseball in pickup games out there. And he said, how would you like to play for our team? I said, well, I don't go to school here. And it was more or less like a Bible school. It was mostly Christian kids, very, very deep Christian kids that went to that school, Trevecca Nazarene College. And I just went there to play ball. It was a gym. And I knew it was open a good portion of the day. And I'd go there and play ball with a guy named Glenn McPhee, who we don't speak anymore because, well, figuring a deep Christian boy is a huge Bible thumper and a big-time Trump fan who used to try to give me shit on Twitter about how great a human being Donald Trump is. So we don't speak anymore. So they recruited me. They said, well, you can play the home games. And I said, well, okay, I'll play the home games. For whatever reason, they didn't want to risk me trying to play the road games, so I played the home games for Trevecca Nazarene College. And our big rival back then was David Lipscomb University. They now just go by Lipscomb. And they're one of the suburb schools of Nashville, Tennessee. I lived in Antioch, and I wasn't too awful far from Trevecca Nazarene. So when I saw Lipscomb in there, going, I used to play baseball against those mofos. And now apparently they've moved up to Division I ball. But see, Bellarmine University, where Maya graduated from with a 4.2 grade point average, went to school there for free because it cost $75,000 to go there, even back when Maya was going. Bellarmine moved up to Division I, and it has bankrupted them because the fees and everything to be in Division I ball are outrageous. They're no longer kicking ass in Division II ball like they used to. They get their ass handed to them. And basically, them joining Division I has bankrupted the university. They are nowhere near what they used to be. They moved to Freedom Hall because they used to get good attendance because they would always win the national championship or be runners-up in Division II ball. Well, that shit's over, so they couldn't play in Freedom Hall no more because they weren't drawing no crowds. So they're back to Bellarmine University, where I used to go shoot ball at all the time and work with their team on how to shoot 3-pointers back in the day. So pretty strange how Bellarmine and Lipscomb are now Division I schools. And when I used to play either with them or against them, they were Division II, and no one knew who the fuck they were. So,
yeah, so I'm looking at the Tribeca Nazarene. Yeah, well, Tribeca Nazarene. I'm looking at their 1987 roster. They had one player on it apparently. Tim Bell, a pitcher from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, was the only guy.
Well, me and Tim, because I wasn't legal, they couldn't list me, and me and Tim would play every night. Not all 9 players of the other team. He pitched, I caught, and then we both hit.
Yeah,
so one player.
That's all they have listed here. Yeah.
Well, I figure for legal purposes, you certainly were going to see my name.
1988 roster, they've got a full set of folks there. But
now, by the way, that was the first year that I had a legal Kenny Bolin license.
There you go.
Even though my name wasn't officially legally changed till 2012, 1986, Tennessee recognized me as Kenny Bolin. I had a Tennessee license and everything.
So when I played for
Trevecca, I played as Kenny Bolin. And everybody knew me as Kenny Bolin. And when Nick Gulas hired me, I was Kenny Bolin because that's what my license said. But when I moved back to Kentucky, I got pulled over for making a so-called illegal right-hand turn in LaGrange. And then we pulled me over. They looked at my license and said, Kenny, we've known you for years. That's not your name. What are you up to? I said, well, that's my birth name. I said, that's the name on my birth certificate is Bolin. Well, where'd you get this license? I said, where does it say? Tennessee. I said, Tennessee. I said, I've lived in Tennessee for the last 4 years. I said, I just moved back. Going through a divorce. Well, Kenny, you're known as Kenny Risen here. He says this license ain't legal here. So I had to go back to Kenny Risen. My licenses and everything were Kenny Risen, and I didn't legally become Kenny Risen in the state of Kenny Bolin in the state of Kentucky till Jerry Lawler's attorney got it done for me in 2012, or maybe even 2013 before it was all said and done. And he did it in exchange for a bunch of free DVDs. Nice. Lawler's attorney worked cheap, I guess. And so that's how eventually I legally had a license. Even though my birth certificate said Kenny Bolin, my license had to say Kenny Rising because that's what they knew me as. And that was all my records, all my school records and everything were under Kenny Rising. So that was some weird shit. So.
All right. So New Mexico over Marquette. That's my upset in the South region. Michigan State easily over Bryant. In the second round, I've got Louisville beating Auburn.
Oh, well, I don't in either of my brackets. I don't have that.
A&M over Michigan.
Now, if
Iowa
Louisville,
State,
as I told some people the other day, if Louisville plays their best game, and we have Rain Smith back, who's one of the better 3-point shooters in the country, and Auburn is not on their A game, Louisville could beat them.
Yeah, so I'm going
but
with the
boy,
big
it's going
upset there.
It's going to take some shit to fall into place to have that happen.
All right, A&M takes out Louisville. They take
Oh
out
my God!
Iowa
If we beat
State.
Auburn,
Texas,
we will. A&M, by the way, according to the experts, ain't getting out of the first round. By the way,
they might.
Everybody's
not.
got A&M getting beat. Everybody's got A&M getting
They might
beat.
not. But so I've got them going to the Final Four.
Well, of course they might not unless it's rigged.
Yeah, I'm going in the East.
Hey,
Duke,
shout out to John Cena's 33-minute promo last night. Beats anything I've done.
Yeah. We're going to get to that John Cena message here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If we get enough participation from the audience.
If not, we'll do it Thursday because right now we don't have enough to bother.
Right now we have like enough people to. We don't have enough people to play a full baseball game. Let's just put
we don't. Well, no, we have enough to play a baseball game. Not a competitor, but we can field a team.
We can field a team. We just can't.
Not a good team. Teams. We can't field a good team, but we can field a team.
That's right.
As long as you got me and Tim Bell out there, the rest of you just fucking show up. We got this.
Duke, Baylor, Oregon, Akron with the upset over Arizona, BYU.
I'd like to see that. That'd be funny.
St. Mary's, Alabama in the first round. Baylor with a big upset. So I've got the Baylor Bears going there.
You got Baylor upset.
This is my gimmick Final Four. A&M, Texas Tech, Baylor, and Houston.
Houston could get there. So, I mean, you could actually get the last game. Houston could
Texas Tech or A&M has an outside chance, but it's way outside. There's no way Baylor's making it. But this is my gimmick.
Texas Tech ain't getting there either. I got news for you.
Texas Final Four. And it's in San Antonio, right?
I watched Texas Tech this year. They are not getting there.
Could you imagine how insane that would be if all four teams in San Antonio are from Texas? That would be berserk. All right, on the West, Florida
it was
easily.
Strange enough in 1986 when I think they had 3 of the 4 teams I think were from the ACC.
Yeah,
Oklahoma, one of those years.
Memphis State. This is my alma mater, Colorado State. I'd love to see them win. Not a chance is going to happen.
What did you study at Colorado State?
Computer science.
Well, that really panned out.
Yeah. All I did is
when you learn. Hang on. When you learn computer science, what have you learned, and what job does it get you?
So
I don't know.
Back in those days, it was mostly programming. So a lot of programming stuff.
Well, that adds up. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Today, who knows what it does? That was a long time ago.
Well, what's there's one degree out there that's called the degree of unemployment, and it's not computer science, but because a lot of people take it.
Oh, and probably like English literature or something.
No, it wasn't that. It was God, I can't remember. It wasn't economics, but it was one of these courses you hear everybody takes, and they call it the degree of unemployment because nobody can get a sustainable job with that degree. If I heard it, I'd know it because it's something that everybody claims that they got a degree in. But I can't.
Another big update. I've got upset Utah State over UCLA, but
Utah State is my son's team. He doesn't like me to bring his name up, and I didn't. But Utah State Aggies are his team. It's a long story as to why that is. But they are playing better ball now, and I think their baseball team has improved from what I've heard. But so he will be rooting for Utah State across the board. Even if they played Louisville, he would root for Utah State.
There you go. All right, there's my Final Four: Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Baylor, and Houston.
Well,
will never happen, but man,
I don't know why you picked that on this sheet. Great. I mean, if you got a fuck around sheet, do that. I mean, I could pick Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, because before I created
Kentucky and Western Kentucky.
The truth is, before I created the group, I created like 3 brackets, including this one, which was kind of a throwaway bracket. And then when I created the group, it said, "Do you want to use one of your existing brackets?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I thought I picked my real bracket, but I picked this one instead. So
well, you saw the odds on mine. My first bracket, if I make a $10 bet, I win $26. And my second bracket, if I make a $10 bet, I win $56. And I have Auburn as the national champion, who is the odds-on favorite to win it. They're like 10% chance of them winning. Duke was like 20%. And I got Duke winning it all on my first sheet. My second sheet has Auburn. What are the odds of you? What does your $10 bet pay on your Texas Final Four? And because Houston is in there,
Yeah, I don't think they even would present the odds.
I saw that a long time ago. Parental dreams with no badge. Yeah, I saw that quite some time ago.
Yeah,
And Renee probably stomped his ass, to be honest with you. So.
Could. Would he really though? Would he though? I mean, he could, but would he?
Would he? Yeah.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
Yeah, he would.
All right.
Yeah, he's pretty angry. There's the Princess Parfin is in the house here tonight.
Well, hello.
I found some old pictures of her today when I was going way back, years and years ago. If I go back through those folders again, Jennifer, I will try to forward those to you in case you don't have them anymore. But it's, going back close to maybe when we first met or something back in the early days of ice cream in the Philippines. When we were first feeding kids, I found a bunch of those pictures. The banner that you all made when they were holding up the beautiful banner that you all made for like $4. And so that was nice. And when I go back through my folders again and find those pictures, I'll try to find a way to forward those to you. And but yeah, that was quite some time ago. We saw the Rene Dupree challenge.
Renee just the other day had someone tag him on something in Facebook, and he got really pissed about it. He was like, "Do not tag me in wrestling events." Dang, Renee.
I get tagged in all kinds of shit I don't even know about. I don't care. Tag away. I don't give a... So, hey, if Renee don't want to be tagged, tag me. I don't give a shit.
There you
go. So,
tag
I got other shit to worry about. Someone tagged me in a fucking post or something. So don't lie about me, because that'll cause you some problems. But tag me whenever the fuck you want.
Yeah. So we have one donation tonight. Thank you, Christian, for your $25. That will indeed take care of a new backpack.
As a matter of fact, what time did we go on the air? We've been here 32 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
Bob, I sadly think the show's over. Let me look, because I think that's... Well, we have a $10 donation from Randy Satterley, and Randy donated quite a bit last week, so we're not going to give Randy any shit.
No.
So that's...
and Edge Copeland was really big on Saturday.
Edge Copeland was a huge help. He certainly was. He was probably the biggest player in the game that day, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he was. He stepped up big, made a couple of $50 challenges, and then sent in another 75. So he was good for at least 175. And so no, we can't talk shit on Edge Copeland. So we have a total of $35. We have to get 60 to be here for an hour. So I'm going to give it 5 more minutes to make 25 more. Is that what it is? 25? Yeah, $25 more dollars. And is Becky trying to match basketball knowledge with me? I sure hope not. I got to agree with you. He came through the drive-through. Denny Crum was always a class act. He was always a class act. Came through the drive-through. Always try to tip me big. Oh, try to tip you big. Will you let him? Because he had the money. I wouldn't. What the fuck?
Yeah, you obviously you did not go to the Kenny Bolin school.
Money, you take their big money. Now, if me or Bob, take Bob's money. But if I roll through, you don't take my money. Poor Kenny.
Actually, Social Security disability. You'd be asking her to give you money back.
Yeah.
Can you please give me the food and some money?
If Denny Crum offers you a C note, you take it, because he don't miss it. He's not going to miss the C note.
He was probably going to go, "Oh, do I want to wipe my nose with this one, or do I?"
I base it upon percentages of shares. If it's like a friend of mine, Cameron. Cameron has pledged that when he gets his taxes back, he's pledged to do a $200 donation. So he's having dinner with me at Arby's. Shout out Arby's. What a meal yesterday. We had the gyro, Bob. Do you know what the gyro is?
Yeah, it's a Greek sandwich.
Well, it's a gyro.
Lamb.
I said, no, it's spelled gyro.
It is a gyro, right? But
I also had a 45-minute video chat today with Maya, my daughter-in-law in Dublin. She's more Irish than Conor McGregor now. We chatted for about...
Yeah, last time you had her on the show, she sounded just like Becky Lynch.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, Becky could take Irish lessons from Maya now. She can learn how to be more Irish. So I'm chatting with her, and she's getting Maya's getting ready to move back to Germany, and there's a reason for it. She has a government job right now, and my friends here who have government jobs, Bob's got a real good job that pays over 100 grand a year. I'm not ratting anything out. He's told us he makes more than 100 grand a year. My friend who helped me with my 501c3, she's got a government job. She makes about 120 grand a year, give or take. Nice government job. Maya's got a government job in Dublin. And I'm thinking, oh, God, knowing what rent is over there, because I know what I pay. And she says, you need to shut the fuck up. You know what I pay for my place? And she lives in a third story of an apartment over there. Her rent is $2,400 a month. I said, well, why didn't you do 2 bedrooms? She said, because a 1 bedroom was $2,200 a month. So for 200 more, we just got a 2 bedroom. And now when friends and family come from various other countries to visit us, instead of them getting an expensive ass hotel, they can stay here. I said, well, why? I said, but we're known as a poor country, and the wages suck here. And she makes half what you guys make on her government job. And so she's getting ready to go back to Germany where she can fucking make some money and not have to pay $2,400 a month for fucking rent. And I said, well, if you're a poor country, I said, like the Philippines, you can get a nice fucking place for $300 a month in the Philippines. And if you want to live in the rich part of Manila, you can pay $700-800 a month and live better than you do here. So why is it so fucking expensive there? And she explained what's about to happen here. She says the rich keep getting fucking richer and richer here. They buy up every fucking thing and charge us out the fucking ass for it. And many times she says people here don't move out from their families till they're in their mid-30s because they can't afford to. She says sometimes there's multiple families in each house. And the same thing has happened in Dublin, Ireland, which is going on here right now, is that the rich are trying to take over every fucking thing, which would be the Elon Musk, the oligarchs. If you want to consider Trump, but he owes more fucking money than he's worth, that he's doing everything he can to never pay. So we'll see how that goes. Elon Musk probably, someone brought up a pretty funny scenario yesterday while we were having dinner. Is that wouldn't it be funny that if because he borrowed his money for Twitter based upon his value of Tesla, and Tesla's value now is under half of what it was in December. That's just what it's dropped in December. Musk has had a tendency to ruin a lot of shit that he has touched as well. Oh, he's a genius. Well, there's a lot of people that know him that say, no, he's not. He's just been lucky as fuck. But if that Tesla stock tanks, and the forfeits on the loan against Twitter, that they could foreclose on Twitter and shut that down. I don't know what it takes to cause him to lose Tesla, but there is a chance if shit keeps fucking up, which I thought he would be in control of. I thought Tesla stock was the safest thing in the world you had, but apparently not, because their stock wouldn't keep tanking and Trump wouldn't be acting like he's buying cars that he's not buying on the White House lawn, which, by the way, is illegal, and presidents or any government officials not supposed to do that. But there he did. I need to help my buddy out. He gave me millions and millions of dollars to get me elected, 260 million according to some estimates, with still more money coming in. I got to keep this guy happy. Let's just fucking make the White House lawn a showroom for his cars. Wasn't only one car they had out there. They had the big fucking tank out there that looks like shit. And these goddamn things blow up on a regular basis. I remember when the Pinto, if you got rear-ended in it, it would blow up. People were terrified to be in it. Well, the Tesla will just fucking catch fire for no goddamn reason. You don't even have to hit it in the rear. So I don't know how much cash he's actually worth. And being a South African immigrant who they claim he's not even here legally. You're worried about illegal aliens. Well, okay, let's get rid of all of them if that's what you're doing. Or leave them the fuck alone if they're providing a service to the country. Many of the illegal aliens that they're rounding up pay fucking taxes. They don't get anything back. They don't get anything back because they're not a citizen. So they get nothing in return, but yet they're still paying into the taxes. So they said one of the things that's going to hurt our country real bad is everybody that we're deporting that pays into the government. And then you're letting go what was it? 20% of the IRS today? Who collects the money that keeps the goddamn government going? So I don't know. But yeah, it's but it sounds like Dublin has already done what they're trying to do here. The rich are controlling everything over there, even though most of the people are poor. They said today on television that half the people in America, there's 330 million of us. I have never not had less than $500 access to $500 cash. Never. Not since I was 16 years old when I started working. I think the least I've ever had is about $1,000, maybe $1,200. Emergency cash. As shit hits the fan, at least I got this. Half of America does not have $500 in savings. An extra 500. You know, they might have it there now, but by the time you pay your bills, buy your groceries, pay electric, all that shit, we don't have 500 anymore. I have never been that low. And I certainly ain't made the money that a lot of fucking people make in this country. If you have $50,000 or more in the bank, and Bob can look this up, you're considered to have more cash than 92% of Americans. That means the rich have a lot of the fucking money, is what it tells you. Because there's lots of millionaires here, lots of billionaires. No one's but Elon's not officially a trillionaire. Is that correct? He's halfway there, or what?
There are no trillionaires, right?
Yeah, he was about halfway there on paper, but he's not even nowhere near there now. But that's fucked up. When out of 330 million people, half of them don't have an extra $500. I think they said 80% of this country cannot go 30 days without a paycheck and make it.
Right.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, 80% of this country is one missed paycheck away from homelessness.
That's sad. That's just fucking sad. That 80% of a country but the rich don't give a fuck. Well, Elon doesn't care. He's got all the money he ever needs. No, they're never fucking happy. Well, we're up to 75 viewers now, so the numbers are going up, so that's good. I guess a lot of times they tell me they get late notices. That they just, you know, they get the notices a little late. So I'm glad we're up a little bit. 20 was, I thought we'd do better in 20 tonight.
A little discouraging there, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, people got shit to do, and we're just on Sunday for the birthday bash, and you know, Kenny's on here always begging for money. But motherfuck, yeah, that is I mean, when you hear those numbers, and those are documented, guys. I mean, that ain't made up shit. Half this country ain't got $500. So when I see people come in here and tell me, Kenny, I don't have $3. Yeah, I feel fucking bad. Cameron got the late notice. Look at her. Cameron had dinner with me. Cameron knows when the goddamn show is going to be. Cameron got the late notice. So thank you. Hello, Mr. Bolin. Hope everything's going well. Beyond the Ring with Big T. First time I've seen you in here, but we're doing the best we can. We're trying to raise some money to help Eunice's family try to get their registration and smoke test, as it's called. So, Philippines, if you're listening, Filipino government, all the fucking shit you got going on in your goddamn country, which I hope to visit one day. So go easy on me. Don't rough me up too bad. All the fucking shit you got going on in your country. You're worried about an 18-year-old kid going to high school as to how much smoke might be coming out of her goddamn motorcycle that I just paid for an oil change on. So smoke wouldn't be coming out of her fucking motorcycle. Really? And then you want to charge them $600 to get back their $200 or $300 motorcycle or scooter or whatever the case may be. You took an 18-year-old pregnant kid, 18 or 19. You took her motorcycle away. She can't go to school.
Well, they did give her 3 warnings.
They don't have transportation money. Well, she did go. Well, she had to go to school. I mean, I get it. Well, surely to God, they're not going to penalize me. Well, they did. And now they want $600 to get her motorcycle back. So I told Eunice, park that motherfucker, because if they take it, it's gone. We are not raising $600 on this show to get that motorcycle back, because I'm pretty goddamn sure we didn't pay $600 for it, if I remember correctly. I know goddamn well we didn't. I will probably need personal security for my trip. Cameron, I guess you got to go with me. And if Cameron's hungry, he'll beat your ass and take your ham sandwich from you, is what Cameron did.
He won't protect Cameron.
Cameron had the gyro last night, and Chris was just getting furious that I would say gyro. It's a euro, you nitwit. I'm not supposed to say his name. I fucked up.
Chris
Cameron.
Chris Cameron.
Yeah. Cameron, keep quiet about that. Let's see. Todd's in the
See,
house.
he's got so many names. Little Jimmy LeBeau.
Little Jimmy
Chris
LeBeau.
Cameron.
Cam Moron.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we got 70 in the house right now. So let's let me see if anyone else has donated. That's stupid for thinking that. So we're still at 35 people. So like an idiot, I'm going to stay here 8 more minutes. Those of you that have already donated and donated to the birthday show, I'm not talking to you. But if you haven't donated in a little bit, I just forgot. And I'm going to count this. I forgot something, and I try to be very transparent on this show. Let me check. Rebecca donated 10, so that gets us to 45.
Yes.
So we're $15 away.
Thank you, Rebecca.
$15 away. I did get a message from one of our loyal followers that says that if we get 60 tonight, because it says I want you to use this to help you if you can get the 60 tonight, and he says if you do, I will send 50 for your birthday. So and I didn't get to keep much birthday money, if you want to be all transparent about it. What are we? $5 away from 50? So we're $15 away from 60. I'm going to stay 7 more minutes. That's still going to be pretty goddamn close to that's 50 something minutes. If we can make $15 more, and thank you, Becky, for your $10 donation. Appreciate it. And Randy Macho Man Satterley, I think, donated 10. Was he the guy? And then 25 from Christian Seacrest. Yeah. Got to get that name right.
Cameron says, as long as there's food involved, especially baked chicken, fish, or anything spicy enough, you reevaluate my life's choices.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much free agent, pal. So,
well, Cameron's bought and paid for right now because
someone's going to take you to the Philippines. Cameron will be there to protect you, and they'll say, "Hey, Bolin, I'm going to beat you up. Cameron, here's a ham sandwich. Get out of the way." And
exactly. That might work too. 83 people in the house. So yeah, I don't know why they're getting those notifications so late. I haven't figured that one out yet. I know. Becky says her rent's $900. Mine's $950 for a 1-bedroom, but $2,400 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I said, well, why you got that? I said, it's just you. She says, well, when my family comes, and as a matter of fact, now I haven't watched all of Raw. I'm after where Jey Uso comes out. I did watch the 33-minute promo. But yeah, if we can get another, what was the goal? $60 to do the reveal.
Yes.
But what John Cena said?
$15 away.
Yeah, $15 away.
Exclusive message from John Cena.
Exclusive, yes. There's a big package.
I didn't really specify senior in the.
I didn't see it. It was John Cena.
I thought.
I know John Cena. I know John Cena's address.
Well, I thought that John Cena.
No, Cameron is bought and paid for because he's eating free with me 2 times in a row in a week.
Yeah,
he got the big fish platter, but he's the only one that ate all of his food. See, Cameron's got a sickness. He's allergic to shit. You know what it is?
Yeah, he's allergic to leaving food on the table.
No, he's allergic to the to-go box. Breaks out in hives when he sees the to-go box.
The styrofoam is
makes
bad
him sick.
for him. Yeah.
You don't like styrofoam.
Cameron, if you'd stop eating the styrofoam, you'd probably do okay.
You'd probably be all right. Probably trips to the bathroom be a little easier. And so if we get 15 more, I'll do the John Cena reveal. If not, we will do that on Thursday, I guess, is what we'll do. And no one ever donates in here anymore. What's up with that?
I don't know.
Those little $5 donations that help so much at the end of the month.
Super chats, yeah.
Like 3 more days, we're supposed to get our YouTube hit. So anything that comes in here won't come till the next 21st. But we got a, let's see, my mortal enemy, the to-go. No, you do not like the to-go box. But no, last night they set us up real good at Arby's. We had the Euro or the gyro, whatever you'd like to call it,
or the gyro.
Maya knew what I was talking about, and it was very good. I hadn't had one in years, and I forgot how good it was. But I hear that you can get spicier versions over there in Europe that are just freaking amazing. So, and I would imagine Dublin's got some
The
pretty good
gyro,
ones
or
too.
get the corned beef sandwich, or
Yeah. So we had the gyro. We got those very good potato wedges. We had some very good
Arby's.
jalapeno
Arby's is
jalapeno
a
poppers.
pretty good. I mean, if you want fast food, but you want some variety, you've got a
Yeah,
fish sandwich there, you got a chicken sandwich,
which
you
they're
got a
thinking of
spicy
bringing back
chicken
permanently.
sandwich,
By the way, spicy chicken sandwiches.
you've
2 for
got
$6.99 on the fish
the
sandwich. That's hard to beat.
gyro, you've got the sliders, you've got
Yeah,
um,
I forgot about the sliders. Yeah, I do. I don't even think about the sliders when I went in, but yeah, they got those.
yeah. So there's a
Kenny,
lot
tell
of
me what.
variety, and yeah, potato cakes now back permanently. So those of us who grew up with the
er,
Arby's potato
This
cake,
is to show you how small the world is. A guy walks in. He says he's a little bit older than me. I'm 65. I think he's 67, 68. Guy walks in and he's worked for about every restaurant. He used to be a big deal with Papa John's. He walks in. He says, Kenny Bolin, I know your name. I said, yeah. I said, where you know it from? He looks at me and goes, Ohio Valley Wrestling. I said, well, shit. I said, that's pretty good. I said, I retired in 2012. I said, how do you remember me? He says, well, I remember you used to have Bear Nose and Wicks as your sponsor. I said, yeah. He said, well, Papa John's came in after they went away. I said, well, they went away after I went away. I said, so he negotiated a deal apparently with one of our other wrestlers that called the corporate office, and Papa John's became a sponsor. Now, I used to do trades with Papa John's, but I wasn't the one that made them a sponsor on the show. So they became a sponsor afterwards. And so we're starting name dropping and shit. And then he names somebody he knows named Yesman that makes all the mascot. Remember when we used to have mascot wars here, Bob? Were you around when we would do shows about if Sugar Bear took on the 3 from Kellogg's?
if the Burger King hit Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Yes, not Crackle Pop. We used to have mascot wars. Well, he's big in mascot promotions, and he knew the girl that made a lot of the mascots for a lot of the characters there in Louisville, and her last name was Yesman. I said, I know that name. He said, well, she's married to a guy that used to work for OVW. I said, Raul Lamada, and that was his working name. His real Cameron, what's his real name? Something Green. But Raul Lamada was his working name. Yeah, that's the guy. I said, well, sir, that's the guy that trained Cameron in pro wrestling. He trained Cameron. I said, and my son feuded with Raul Lamada on television. I said, they had a hair match at OVW, which my son, Aaron Green, yeah. So Aaron plays Raul Lamada on OVW television. He trained Cameron. So this guy is very good friends with Aaron and Aaron's wife, who makes the mascot uniforms. So we have that. Like, he just walks in. So small world. We're just happen to be in there celebrating our birthday dinner. So then we talk about how I got in pro wrestling. And how I got in pro wrestling is that I slapped a Kroger store manager in 1984. Well, how could that possibly be? Well, in 1984, I slapped a store manager, David King, who called me a lazy bastard because I would not stay over and work. I'm not going to go into the long story I went into with last night. But in a nutshell, when I slapped him, I got fired from Kroger after 5 years on my birthday. 3 days later, my sister finds an ad in the paper for me to apply for a sales job. Everybody says you should be a salesman. Everybody wants you to apply for Circuit City because you know so much about electronics and all this shit. Check out the sales job. So on a whim, I go down. I get interviewed by a guy named Tom Nichols. I'm wearing a powder blue suit that Cornette gave me in 1984. Same suit I got engaged in to Judy Coble back in 1986, I think. So no, not 86. That was also 84. So I got some good use out of that suit. So I go in and get interviewed from Tom Nichols. Do so good at sales, they transfer me to be Tony Kron's right-hand man in Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm the top salesperson, top 5 in the country every year for 4 years. And now I go to Nashville to help run that office and still sell in the field. Well, I'm returning
cookware, right? That's
selling
the cookware that you were
selling the cookware that I got on the stove right now that I was telling Cameron and everybody about that no sales job here. The shit's amazing. It will last the 50 years of the warranty that it's labeled for. So we started telling the story about how I was selling cookware in Nashville, and then I run into Nick Goulas in a service merchandise. But if David King hadn't fired me, I would have never moved to Nashville, never gotten in sales. I'd have stayed at Kroger forever because $8.40 an hour was great money back then, and Lord knows what you'd be making now. And because of that slap of David King's face, I'd have never ended up in Nashville meeting Nick Goulas and would have never gotten wrestling because Cornette was protecting his spot. Jerry Lawler hadn't done anything to get me in. And I was told today by somebody very big in the wrestling business, dear friend of mine who's actually older than Lawler. He says Lawler was probably terrified you would take a spot. And because you knew how to do his stuff.
Yeah.
He says that's what the wrestling business is, Kenny, is protecting your spot. He says Jimmy was jealous of downtown Bruno. He says you and Cornette were both light years better than Bruno. You were probably better than Jimmy Hart. And Jerry Jarrett himself said the money I could have made off you and Cornette, because Jarrett was furious at Jimmy for never telling him. Jarrett and Jimmy eventually got to the point they didn't speak. I don't think it was so much that, but that didn't help because he said he shielded you from this business. He says, Kenny, I wouldn't even have to make either one of y'all babyface or heel. The crowd would have decided that. And he says, be honest with you, I think they would have picked Jimmy over you. He says, you're a heat getting some bitch. He says, it would have worked. The money I could have made for 10 years off you two. I said, well, if you got Jimmy to stay for 10 years, that would have been something. But Jimmy didn't want any competition. He didn't even like Bruno being there. And, I like Bruno, but Bruno was not Jimmy Cornette. And I don't think Bruno's the speaker that me or Jimmy either one is. But Bruno had a good run there. He didn't do bad. But he rode Fort Duquesne Boulevard, and Mama says it bees that way sometime into the ground. Those two phrases are what got him through. I still would have thought you worked for CWA. No, I officially never worked for them. I worked with everybody in the company, but I never worked for them. I never got a paycheck from them is what I should say. But once I got in on my own through Nick Goulas, then that opened up all the doors. So if I owe anybody anything, it's Nick Goulas for taking a chance on me. And then
Nick Goulas probably still owes you something too.
He still, no, I got all my money from Nick. It wasn't that much, but I got was
kayfabe.
Now look at how the delay is. We're up to 165 in here right now.
Yeah, we went like half an hour with 20 people.
Something is screwed with the delay system of letting people know when this show is on. So good to see you, T Maker, and I think T's supposed to be getting back up here into Louisville pretty soon. I don't know when he finally gets his license because I got to get mine done. It's March 18th, and I need to get mine done probably before the 1st of April and hope the lines aren't too long to get that done. I don't know why. It used to be able to just walk in, get your license, you'd be done in 30 minutes. I don't know why that's become a thing now, but apparently it is. So I am looking very forward to the tournament. 1185 top pay you can get. Oh, yeah, because Becky worked for Kroger forever. So I was at $8.40 an hour in 1984. Meat cutters were getting maybe 12, 13, 14 an hour. But that's where the big money was to be a meat cutter at Kroger. So $8.40 an hour in 1984 is what I was making. I remember my pay like it was yesterday. Because that was considered big money in LaGrange, Kentucky. Now, if you worked a factory or something in Louisville, yeah, you could make more. But in LaGrange, that was the money. Hardly anybody was making any more money than me unless you was a meat cutter at Kroger. Becky says top pay $11.85. Holy shit. That is not much of an increase over how many years? 40? 41 years?
It's been a while, yeah.
Motherfuck. Tereska went and trained her in Philly. Okay, all right. I said,
Kenny does not watch
Dark
Side of the Ring.
I was watching Dark before tuning in, and his face is paused on my screen. Going, no, wait a minute. Your dad is on. Whose face is on the screen?
Little Jimmy LeBeau's dad.
Is your dad on the screen?
His kayfabe dad.
Oh, okay. I forgot you had multiple dads. You're like Timmy John.
Yeah,
Timmy
so Kenny doesn't watch Dark Side of the Ring because he doesn't like to promote his old friend.
I don't, because I catch him in so many fucking lies, and it's like Trump. He's got a certain core out there where he can just lie to their fucking face and they fucking believe him. And I'm sitting there going, that's a fucking lie. And he'll sit there and tell it like it's the goddamn truth. Mm-hmm. So, and it just irks me that he's got so many people fooled. And
so there's a new season coming out of Dark Side of the Ring, and I know you're not going to watch it, so it doesn't really matter.
Jimmy's in it. I watch the ones he's not in if I get access to them, but a lot of them are on A&E, and I don't get those.
Right,
158 people in the house. Not many
this year, this season, we have the full list is Mick Foley in Hell in a Cell, Big Van Vader, Tony Atlas, Ludwig Borga, Billy Jack Haynes, Superstar Billy Graham, Daphne, the original Sheik Ed Farhat.
Daphne was at OVW.
Muhammad Hassan and Eddie Gilbert.
You want to know why Daphne got mad at me at an OVW TV taping?
Because you said she was a daffy young lady.
No, it was worse. When she used to come to the ring, she would wrap her legs around the ropes. And that was part of her entrance, is that she wore these short little black skirts, and she would wrap her legs around the ropes, almost humping the ropes as she was getting in. And as a heel commentator, and she, for whatever reason, she was babyface then. And when I leaned over to Dean, I said, after that skank has rode the ropes, we're going to have those fumigated. I said, no one's going to want to touch those. She was furious that I made the insinuation that her vagina had contaminated the ropes on a Christian wrestling television show. So, she got real mad at me for that. And Danny told her to get over it. and I called her a skank. And that used to be the worst thing you could call a girl back in the 70s. Yeah, that's skank.
You weren't really allowed to use
word. I don't know where that
word
went. I don't know where that word went, but apparently a lot of people don't use it anymore.
Yeah.
Still no soft drinks. Doing my bottled water here is what I'm doing. This is kiwi lime.
Do you have the weight loss surgery scheduled, or is that still a thing that you're working on?
I got notified today that I have to go in for some follow-up blood work. They've been trying to reach me at my old phone number, my old landline, which I don't have no more. Sorry, trolls. And so I have to go, if not this week, one day next week to get my blood work. And then I would think within 30 days after that, because it's already been approved by insurance anyway, so they're not in any particular rush to do it. And the longer I can wait, the more Nashville hot fish I can eat down at Royals. Hot fish and chicken is what I'm going to call it. So the guy at Arby's last night, I dropped that I used to work for Royal Prestige. He says, Royal Prestige. I know that name. I said, well, how the hell do you know that name? He says, there's a guy that comes in over at Hurstbourne Lane, and he's always got these documents he wants me to ship. I said, those are called order forms. And I said, the guy, do you know his name? And he's sitting there trying to think of it. I said, let me help you. I said, is his name Tom Nichols? Yeah, Tom Nichols. He said he comes in over at FedEx because he was working at FedEx at the time. And Tom Nichols, he comes in and told me that he started that company, and it was called Royal Prestige back in the 80s and 90s. I said, yeah, it was. I said, the reason I know, when I slapped David King, the person who hired me to work for Royal Prestige was Tom Nichols. And then I transferred to Nashville to work for Tony Grahn, who I still do side work for now. And so if it weren't for the loop of David King, Tom Nichols, Tony Grahn, Nick Goulas, I would have never seen a day in the professional wrestling business. And
crazy.
So
hey, Rebecca
slap your store manager is what I'm telling you. Slap your store manager.
That's the way to advance your career.
If you want to advance your career. Becky, if you'd have slapped your Kroger manager in the face like I did, who knows where you'd be right now.
You might have your own podcast today.
You might even have your own podcast with your name
Becky,
on it.
Send me that website.
With 158 people live watching your show right now.
Send me that website. I'll post it in the chat. I don't think
what website is that?
I wish you could get some of the guys to go on that website, whatever website that is, and send that little boy, whatever little boy that is, with cancer messages. So some kid
I don't know what boy that is.
So give me the link, send it to me in Facebook or something, and I'll
Yeah, we got to do
this
it
time,
quick.
or we'll do it tomorrow.
I'll give it 5 more minutes. We got a
Yeah.
lot of viewers here, and
We did say 7 more minutes, and while we got a lot of viewers, we got
a lot of viewers. We don't have one more donation, not one. We need $15 more to do the reveal.
Yesterday was not Steve Austin Day, Cameron. That would have been Sunday, which is Kenny's birthday.
Day.
Kenny Bolin Day, not Steve Austin Day.
Now you saw? Did you see those memes of the Irish where they had me and you as Irish? I sent you a couple of those. It was 2 days ago. Yes, 2 days ago. But no, all this time has gone by. All of those great stories, or at least I thought they were great because I was telling them. 161 people watching the show. We need $15 to do the John Cena reveal and to get the $50 donation match. And Bob was kind enough to force somebody into doing somebody Bob knows. He kind of forced somebody to donate an extra 50 the other day. And Bob will not be doing that tonight.
Nope, not tonight. So Kenny, I have an idea for a show, and we haven't talked about this off the air. This is just me producing live here. And you tell me if you think it would be of any interest.
All right.
I've got several acquaintances, folks I know are indie wrestlers.
Okay.
Do you think it would be of interest to our fans? Maybe our fans can kick in and let us know this. If they would like to hear just stories from indie wrestlers, because, we've gotten stars on. We've had, Mr. Anderson, and we've had Raven, and we've had, some big name guys, and, they have plenty of stories, but I would think the indie guys would have their own unique.
If you really want to strap the bottom of the barrel, we've had Disco Inferno on. We've had Dutch Mantel on.
I didn't want to go that down. I didn't want to go that.
Yeah, you don't want to go that low in the barrel. And then if you want to go to the very, very bottom of the barrel, we've had
Cameron on.
Well, we've had Cameron on. No, not that low. What was that? What was the guy's name? I had his autograph on here, and I said, "We'll pay you $10 to take it." Who was that?
John Morrison. No, Morrison.
No, not John. I think we could actually sell John's if we put it up.
It was. You know what? This is the one.
And by the way,
this is the one we should put up for sale.
I am shocked that no one has offered. You ain't gonna get any more of them.
I mean,
the autograph's a little dark. You can see it better in person. It's dark.
I want that one myself. I might just want that one myself.
Yeah.
So there we go. This is who you're talking about.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. We will give you $10 if you will allow us to ship that to you.
And for $20, we'll throw.
That's a good looking autograph right there.
Yeah.
I think we got to do. Man is a former WWE star. I think we got to do.
These are the ones we're trying to sell. Hardy Boys, $50. Yeah. Midnight Express, one left, right? There's just one of these left now.
One left, yeah, that's it.
$150. Bolin and Cornette, this will never happen ever again.
That is apparently that's never going to happen again.
I wish it would be different, but
it's not that I didn't try.
$75.
Yeah.
John Cena, $75. Unmasked Rey Mysterio, $75. It asks for more than that because it's his unmasked version.
Yeah,
$75. John Morrison. Yeah, whatever. Rikishi.
And I don't have that one. I worked with him up north and can't believe I didn't get him to sign anything for me. But we were working. But it was kind of uncool if you're working on shows with somebody to get them to sign shit for you.
Snitsky. Shawn Michaels.
I do have an autographed Ox Baker shirt hanging in my closet. I've worn it on the show once or twice. And that's the only thing.
John Cena.
Cena looking a little lean and a little thuggy there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Little lean, a little thuggy. Stone Cold.
That guy Stone Cold, yeah.
He's out in Vegas this weekend.
Whatever happened to this kid? Wouldn't he?
He'll never make it. Yeah. With hair like that, he'll never make it.
And then this
hair like that, he'll never make it.
He'll never.
I think we got to sell the
beautiful Joni Lauer
deal. Yeah, I think we ought to sell Triple H and
throw an extra picture of Stephanie in there while you're at it. Another John Cena.
How far is Louisville going in the tourney?
Kurt Angle.
If Kurt, I forgot about that. With hair like that, he'll never make it. Another Undertaker.
Badass.
Yeah, I've got like 3 different ones of the Undertaker.
A Ray with a mask.
With the mask, yeah.
So here you go. $125, you can get Ray with a mask and Ray without a mask. We'll bundle those two together for
Bundle them.
125. Yeah, see, look, same signature on both,
Yeah.
even though it was faked, right, Kenny?
I got some autographs here. Bobby Eaton on that Midnight Express picture, but ain't making any more of those.
Yeah,
not making any more. Cameron's got that one. He wanted something from his father.
Yeah,
he's got that one.
I think I want that China one instead of the Cody Rhodes one.
Yes, you do. Poor Cody. Well, Cody's practically dead. He's got to have faced Cena at WrestleMania. He's almost a dead man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a horrible thing to say.
John had a long, nice little promo and start the show.
33 minutes. I timed it. 33 minutes. I used to get on Triple H about the every Monday Night Raw. Triple H would open with a 23-minute promo. Well, Cena says, I'll show you. And I think, and I got family members that think what Cena did was perfect. I'm not going to change my clothes for you because these are my clothes. I'm not going to not wear these shirts because this is me. I was for the changing the look, and what I would have done, I've been wearing this stupid shit for 25 fucking years, or just clean it up as best you can for Netflix. I've been catering to you assholes for 25 years. You think anybody that knows me knows that I had a 250 pair of tights and 75 pair of boots, because that's a true story. That all his money went on tights and boots, and he wanted to color coordinate with every NBA and every college team in the country to where when he went to that town, he could dress in their colors of whatever combination that would be. And that was his thing. And his father be the first to tell you, all of his money went on tights and boots. So he does the thug life. So that's a certain wardrobe. And then eventually the jorts, which I didn't even know was a thing for quite some time. So he's got all this money invested in boots and tights that he never wore. Trunks. Never saw him in tights. It was always trunks. But he wanted to color coordinate with every possible color combination there was, to where when he went to that town, he could dress in that in university. If he went back, he might pick another. Like if he goes to Rupp, he's going to dress in blue. If he comes to Louisville, he's in red. Texas A&M, he's in burgundy, I guess. Baylor, he's in the beautiful green that they have down there at the Baylor, and the green and gold. He never got to wear any of that. So my promo would have been, I've been dressing like a fucking clown for 25 years, wearing this stupid shit because y'all liked it. And half of you still hated my guts, and the other half didn't know what the fuck you were doing. And now I'm going to be me. I'm finally
going, let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. That's throughout this whole promo.
So that's what I would have done. But in retrospect, what he's done might even be better, because now he got to shit on everybody, even those that like him. If you go back and watch the promo was done about as good as you can do it. So let's see if we're doing a reveal or not. Looks like it's a shame. It's a shame. We got a $15 donation from John Van Winkle. $15 donation from John Van Winkle. So that has opened up the door for Good Chris to send me a $50 donation for my birthday. Thank you very much, Good Chris. And so we have reached it. So I got to kick out of here for a minute because I got to go get the gift of it. And if anybody wants to put in a bid on any of these pictures, let me know. Let me kick out of here, and I'm going to go get the thing I got.
All right, so let me go look this up here real quick. This is Beckham's Bloodline. Contact Beckham, WWE fan. I think this is. I see some Facebook groups for this. All right, so let me pull this up and I'll share this page real quick. Hold on for me one moment, and I'll get I will get the page up, and we'll do this picture, and we'll present the screen. You think if I was a professional producer, I could do this stuff, but all right, there we go. Beckham's Bloodline. This is Beckham Troutman's a young man. He's brave battle with cancer. Again, you can make some donations here. He's a huge WWE fan. Got friends, people all around the world sending him. Oh, it's kind of cute. They took the WWE logo, slid it on its side to make it it would be. I'm sure that's probably only a slight copyright violation that they won't follow up on because their lawyers are all evil. So there is a Jelly Roll, and it's a shame that I know that. But, there's the thing. There's the website. So I'll put the link to the Facebook page in the chat, and we'll throw that in here and post a comment. And right there. So look for the chat. There's the Facebook group that talks about it. Young man fighting brain cancer, or battling cancer of some kind. Didn't say it was brain cancer necessarily. So yeah, check that out. And if it's moves you a little bit, donate. Just share some encouragement to the young man, and that goes a long way. I had a younger brother that had pancreatic cancer, passed away from that a few years ago. So cancer has touched my family in a bad way. It has touched, millions of people around the world. And all you can do right now is just, offer some encouragement that helps more than you might think. We could do that, Cameron, except that Kenny would want to keep all the money. That's a joke. That's a joke, folks. Kenny does not keep all the money. Just kidding. Just kidding. Got to be careful here. Some people think that when we make a joke, take it literally. So we're not going to do that. All right. So there you go. Beckham's bloodline. We go back up the top of the page there. Again, you share it. There's a young lady offering him work. So here is a place that's selling candles, and they'll donate $9 from the sale of each one. Or candles. Maybe it's not a candle. It's one of those scent warmers, so you can have your room not just purchase the shirt. So yeah, donate a commission to Beckham. Check that out on Scentsy, Beckham.MalloryMelts.com. There's a QR code there if you want to go and buy some scented stuff for your room, and then help out a young man in need. So there you go. All right. We will be back with Kenny in just a moment. He's got the big box of surprises. But before we do that, some of you have asked about the commercials that are running in shows. That is that's a YouTube thing. We don't control when they show up. And they're going to get a little more aggressive because that's just how YouTube. I said that twice now. That's how YouTube's been. We can control nothing. So if you have YouTube Premium, you won't see the advertisements. Yes, Gennarn, those autographed pictures are for sale. Kind of went through those prices as I was going through them, but I will do this again here. Hardy Boys, $75. The full Midnight Express, all four of them, with including Jim Cornette, $150. Bobby Eaton's passed away. You will not get his autograph anymore. Buffet with Bolin, Jim Cornette and Kenny Bolin at the Golden Corral. This is, I think there are a few of these left. It's $100 because, again, Kenny and Jimmy, get them together to sign, not going to happen. Bret Hart, $75. The Hitman, world champion. John Cena, $75. Unmasked Ray, $75 each, or $125 for the two. One masked, one unmasked. There's a Taker, Dead Man. We've got a bad American Badass version. Again, both of those. You want those both? $125. And John Morrison, he's a current star, man. He's still working today. It's $50 for John Morrison. Rikishi, this is not autographed. That picture is, I don't know what Kenny wants to sell that picture for. We'll come back to it. Gene Snitsky, we won't pay you to take it. But Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, former WWE champion again. Let's make this one a nice $75 donation. John Cena, Thugonomics, $75. Steve Austin, Stone Cold, $75. The Rock, $75. Hunter H. Helmsley the third, Triple H, $75. China you can't have because I want that one. John Cena, $75. Kurt Angle, $75. American Badass 75 or 125. Bundled with the other one, there's Rey Mysterio's masked. Again, 75 a piece or 125 bundled. And that is our autograph pictures that we currently have on the block. Kenny said he might have some more. We'll dig those up and find them and add those later on. So with that having been said and done, and if you want, you can't have the China picture, sorry. $150 for the China picture because I want it. So there you go. Hit your PayPal or any of these other places, but put a note of which specific picture you want. You need to include your address. Kenny will get it mailed out sometime before the end of 2025. No promises. That's the best estimate. All right, Kenny Bolin, welcome back.
Well, it looks like we have a bidding war on the China picture. We haven't seen Narn, or however you pronounce that. We haven't seen his offer.
No.
We haven't seen his offer.
Well, I told him minimum 150 because I want that picture.
That's the minimum, yeah. And like I said, there ain't no more of them. And all right. So the John Cena package, and here's what it says.
I'm going to do this, Kenny.
From John Cena, then it gives his address.
There you go.
And it says ship to Kenny Starmaker Bolin. Then it gives my address. Many of the trolls have that. And it's not very heavy. And I think I got a good idea what's in here.
This is a live unboxing.
Yeah, with the live. No, as you can tell, I have not opened it. All right. Nothing else in there that I see. We'll put the John. I should auction off the John Cena box with his address on it, addressed to Starmaker Bolin with my address on it, for $1,000, and then you can act like somebody mailed you something from John Cena.
We'll black out the Cena address.
I'm pretty sure the security won't let you anywhere near his place anyway. So, well, it's wrapped up pretty goddamn good. All right, so I got bubble wrap. I got that.
Woohoo!
All right, now there you go. I'm sorry, Cal. I'm taking up your bed. All right, looks like one of those pictures there he was talking about. All right, well, trying to get this out here without doing any damage. All right. Oh, there it is. The letter of authenticity. This was drawn by Tony Atlas, that dot art. Well, that's the letter of authenticity, and it's kind of covering up a good portion of the picture. And what I'll do is I'll take a shot of this for Bob to post, because I'm not expecting this was signed and certified on the 27th day of December 2024. It's notarized. Yeah, it is fucking notarized. Yeah. And so I'm not going to go through reading the whole thing, but this is the certificate of authenticity for this John Cena Senior and Junior picture, drawn by Tony Atlas. There's only 10 of these in the world. The autographs are authentic from both John's, yeah, and from both John Cena Senior, John Cena, and Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas White.
Yes, Tony White is his real name.
Okay, see, I never even knew that. WWE Hall of Fame 2024, it says, or well, I don't know when he was in the Hall of Fame, but there you go. So that is the picture. Mr. Cena has told me to put that up for auction with a price starting at $150. Pretty thick. He said to put that up and start. He said that he's been getting as much as $400 out of these. He's starting the bidding at $150 and see where it goes. And that is a certificate of authenticity of the. There's only 10 of these, and let me see what number this one is, because I think it's supposed to tell me.
Might be numbered on the back usually. So like on the back. On the back of the post.
Oh, this is 5 of 10. Yeah, there it is. Yes, on the back of the picture. I was looking for it on the back of the letter. Yeah, it's 5 of 10. So there's only 10 of these in the world, and I got 5 of 10. And he told me to put it up for auction to raise money for our charity, and that's a pretty damn cool picture. John Cena, John Cena Jr., Tony Atlas. All their autographs are on each of these, and you can tell that's pretty fresh. John did his in gold ink. Cena Senior did. So there we go. That's what he mailed us. And I told him I could tell by the weight of the package that I was pretty sure there were no. Can you take down my King of Podcast logo? Can you do that, or do I have to do it?
I can. Sure. 1 second. I just got to get up to here and do style. That's what it is. They moved it here.
Well, we got 167 in the house right now.
There we go.
All right, there we go. So there it is, and my fingers are kind of on the Tony Atlas autograph down here in the bottom right-hand corner as you look at the picture. And so there you go. And I did not possess that till minutes ago when I opened the package. And that's pretty good. Tony spends some time on these things, and this is the first colorized one I've seen him do.
Yep.
And of course, I've got that other one that you can throw the picture up. Mr. Cena said that we should not take less than $350 for that one because he said he got 900 out of one of them. If you want to throw that one up, I'll get some pictures of this a little bit later.
Oh, there we go.
And let it flatten out a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
So Mr. Cena, go ahead.
So $350 is the starting bid on that, and it will include the book and an actual. No, I'm going to do the book separate with an autographed picture. You saw the autographed pictures you threw up, and I've got about three different ones of John. So we'll do the book and an autographed picture as a separate deal. $350 if you want that, and that's also autographed by John and Tony Atlas there at the bottom. The iPhone does not come with it, nor the dog leash. Those dog leashes are laying there to flatten that sumbitch out. Yeah. So,
but for $500, you can have the dog leashes too.
Yeah, Randy Satterley says 150 bid on which one? The one I just showed. Yeah, 150 is the starting bid, and we're probably going to let that bidding go for a week or two, and then the top bid will get it. We'll probably call the bidding off in 2 weeks. April 5th sounds like a good day. Sure. That used to be the generic start of Major League Baseball, was April 5th. Yeah. And you like the color one? Yeah. So the bidding will start at 150. April 5th will be the day that we decide who gets it, and that would be the top bidder. I think Randy is initiating a $150 bid, so we have a start. And Randy and I are going to be getting together soon. He and I are going down to Royals. We're going to go to Royals and get some of that Nashville hot fish.
There you go.
I think he's starting to be. I think he is.
I believe he
thank you, Mr. Cena. And I did tell Mr. Cena that we were going to be making the. I had to yell at Mr. Cena because there were no whoopie pies in there yet, but he's not going to have any more whoopie pies till maybe as late as April or May. Yeah, because he's got to go through his manufacturer to make a bunch more.
But
he said
if you want
getting as many as 24 of them.
Yeah, so if you want to order those whoopie pies, you can.
Yeah. I think we can.
And the name of the name of the place is Woodja Whoopies, and they have a Facebook page. What you have to do is you have to write to them, and they will give you a quote on a shipped price for however many that you want. Let me throw this again.
And they're not cheap. They are half-pound whoopie pies, but
they are not cheap. Good. Now, Mr. Cena,
I'm glad he didn't send me 24 of them on my birthday because there might only be 4 of them left if he'd done that.
If you're on the Twit machine, formerly known as Twitter, now known as something X, whatever. Mr. Cena posted a. Let me get his thing up here. Posted the menu of the different flavors, and there are a ton.
You just revealed your picture that you sent me at about the 1 hour, 25-minute mark of my show tonight.
Yeah, so that I'll see if I can bring that up real quick. Sorry, I'm producing on the fly here. Official Cena Senior. John Cena. There we go. And the list of whoopie pies. I'm not going to show the picture, but I'm going to hit like 10 different flavors. Right? There's a lot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to name them all. That's how much I'm going to support this Mr. Cena thing. There's original. It's a classic treat, chocolate cake and traditional filling, apple cider, apple cinnamon,
Very
banana
good. We'll
cream,
work on it.
banana peanut butter and jelly,
No, that's the one I want to
Banana-Rama.
try. That's the
Yeah.
one I want to try. I've had
Banana-Rama.
Banana-Rama. Banana-Rama is very good.
Blueberry cream, butterscotch. Oh, I love butterscotch. Caramel apple, caramel
Butterscotch would be
supreme,
good. That would be good.
carrot cake, chocolate cherry, chocolate
Not
chip,
carrot
chocolate
top.
mint.
That tastes like shit.
No,
You
that
don't
would
want carrot
taste like,
top.
yeah, and it wouldn't be funny at all. Chocolate peanut butter blast, chocolate peanut butter, chocolate raspberry, coconut cream, lemon blueberry,
Shit.
maple bacon, maple
I'm gonna have to make
blueberry,
my
maple
list.
walnut, mocha, if those of you who like coffee flavored stuff, peach cobbler, peanut butter and jelly, peppermint chip, pina colada, pistachio, pumpkin, red velvet, s'mores, snickerdoodle, spumani. That's that one with strawberry chocolate and pistachio. Strawberry banana, strawberry cream, strawberry rhubarb, strawberry shortcake, triple berry delight, which has raspberry, blackberry, and blueberry, white chocolate macadamia, white chocolate peanut butter, and finally white chocolate raspberry. Go to that Facebook page, DM the guy, say, I want one of each one of those. Mr. Cena
There you
sent
go.
me. And
get a price. I guess the more you order, the more you get, and maybe
who knows,
the more you order of one flavor, probably.
The sooner you'll die of diabetes.
Mr. Anderson, I need you to make a bid on that picture, so we know what ballpark we're in. Like I said, they don't make any more of them, and so if you'd like to make a bid on that picture, that would be great. And I'd love to see Bob not get it. I'd like you to just price his ass out of it.
Out of the China picture?
Just bid $1,000 and just end this shit right now.
You know what? That's it. Be preemptive. Preemptive bid. Take
preemptive bid.
There you go.
You're just one of these. You're just one of these heavy hitters that ain't messing around. Just what's the bid start at? $5. I bid 1,005.
There you go.
Well, it wasn't going to go any higher than 10. Well, tough. I've got it.
That's right.
Fuck all of you, as they say. So
it's not like eBay where you put in what your maximum price will be and then it keeps going up.
There you go. Yeah. You got to be careful with those maximum bids on eBay. Put what only you're prepared to spend, without a doubt.
One time when I was bidding on something,
Mr. Narn is serious and makes a bid or not.
He says he's little money.
Bob is big money. I'm little money. Well, you just priced yourself out of it. That was a stupid thing to say. You make you think you got big money. Maybe you drive Bob's bid up.
Yeah, you see, you could have tricked me into bidding more, but now you're backed out. Oh, you got to learn how to work.
Learn to work.
Nobody here knows
your name is Anderson, and you don't know how to work. You are not Narn Anderson. No, you're not.
No.
I'm
sorry.
I can't. Oh, it all sounds great. Oh my God. Well, I'm not.
I shouldn't eat any of them
either.
I should not eat any of them.
I'm not supposed to eat very much of that either. I didn't even have cake on my birthday.
Each one of those is probably going to be 4 whoopie pie desserts.
They're a half pound. They're a half pound.
Yeah, they're gigantic. Okay.
Well, it certainly is. It certainly is.
It is.
We helped her recently. We helped her out with some needs for her family. I have a little trouble with her name, but we helped her anyway. So she's got a cute little
Onarazan.
Cute.
That's a
better not have done. Better not have done.
And for those of you who think we only help young girls, I just wanted to mention we did help RV's family. RV's a young man, lives next door to Vanessa.
Yeah,
family is dirt poor. We
60-something-year-old grandmother
sent them some money for a birthday cake. Her grandmother, RV's grandmother, 60-something, she needs oxygen tanks.
Oxygen refills. Yeah.
We actually forgot to mention that as some of the things we're raising money for.
So
if you want to help Vanessa's neighbor, RV is the young man that we've been buying school supplies and stuff for.
And he had never had a birthday cake, and Vanessa owed some people some money and
single father trying to work, but there's unskilled labor. So
Vanessa even donated her industrial size fan to help them keep cool over there because no one's got any damn air conditioning. So Vanessa only has 2 small fans in her house, and she donated her big industrial fan so the family can have a fighting chance to keep cool over there.
Yeah. So this is a lady who
I just got the pricing on Eunice's motorcycle. The registration to get it registered is 1,800 pesos. The smoke test is 700. So we're looking at about 20. Is that 25, Bob?
2,500
pesos. So
roughly
roughly $50 will get her legal back on the road to where she can take her and her brothers and sisters to school. So we only made what, 60 tonight?
Did we make that much? Oh, I missed.
Well, we had to, or I wouldn't be doing the reveal.
Yeah. So who was John Van Winkle donated? Is that right?
John Van Winkle put us over the top. So we got 25 from Christian, 10 from Randy Satterley, 10 from Becky, and 15 from John Van Winkle, and that has been it.
Yeah.
Now, any of the pictures I sell, I'll count that as a donation. I don't have to, but I will.
Right. So, just for those of you who wanted to know the status on the 501c3, it's been submitted. I just now looked earlier, or right before the show started. The IRS has gotten to where they're processing applications that were made by February 1st.
Yeah.
Ours went in on February 24th was when it was officially filed and paid for.
The official
the IRS is way behind. So we're probably looking at least another month before it comes through.
It could be. It could be. We've done all we can do. We paid the fees, filled out the
waiting
paperwork.
For the IRS at this point.
And we have paperwork showing that we have done that.
Right.
No, we're not going to show it to trolls.
No, but and we don't have the designation yet. We're still waiting.
You've got one. Anthony Scaramucci's got the letter. You've got one, and a couple of other people called. Mark Cuban's got one. Other than that, most of you aren't donating enough that you need to worry about the 501c3 anyway. There we go. We've got some money here. What we got? We got Cam Moron has donated an extra $15. He said the house was a little light tonight. I don't feel horribly guilty about taking his money because, boy, we fed him pretty good the past couple of times. And he's going to get to go to the fish house again with me in about, not fish house, but, well, he's been there too. He likes fish house. Royals. We're going to go back and get, I hope they keep that fish, man, because why would you take away something so popular with your market? And chicken's big, but goddamn, so's good fish. And Clarksville Seafood's not with us anymore. They went out of business. I wonder who caused that to happen. I got Anthony Scaramucci away from Trump, and they claim that I'm the one that caused Clarksville Seafood to close because they fired a kid with autism, and I got pissed about it, and I made a public thing about it. They fired a kid with autism who was a family member because they found out he was getting paid. Everybody loved that kid. And he was 19, 20, something like that. And everybody loved him. Everybody loved him.
Good night, Rebecca. Good night, Becky.
Fish House is where I ate and unprecedented. You did. Oh, that's right, because you went back and ordered food we thought you were going to take home, and you sat down and ate it. So that is right. We thought he got a to-go order, but he didn't. He got a second round of food.
It was to go right in his mouth.
And sat down and enjoyed his second meal of the hour.
Second breakfast for the day. Like a hobbit.
I had my fish dinner, and somehow I think I ate half of one of my pieces of fish. No, I ate a whole one at Royals of the hot fish. But I didn't get mine as hot as Cameron. Cameron and my son can eat that shit as hot as you can get it, and I can't. So I got mine slightly hot, and it was pretty good. And then I took the non-hot piece home because they wanted me to try it both ways, see which way I like the best. And I got 2 meals out of that. Arby's sent me home with 2 double fish sandwiches last night. I haven't touched either one. I have not had my dinner yet tonight, but I'm going to have me a double Arby's fish sandwich right after this meal. But even Arby's will tell you that fish down at the Royals is hard to beat. I mean, the fish at Arby's is very good for what you're paying. You get two nice fish sandwiches for $6.99. The fish sandwich at Royals is $14.99. But if you get the fish platter, it's $17.99 for $3 more, and you get a second huge-ass piece of fish. That's the way to go. Spend the $3. And unless you're Cameron, you can't eat it all. No human can eat all that. Sorry, I'm just going to say Cameron ain't human. So, so we are going to do our very best. It's 10:46 right now. We have 169 viewers watching the show. Not that many donating, but we got a lot of people watching. A few new people have been chiming in, getting their comments in. We appreciate it.
So again,
And
we'll start 150 is the starting opening bid for that color John Cena lithograph. Tony Atlas, I should say, is the
we
painter.
already have a $150 bid for your picture. We're going to let people bid until November. I'm sorry, not November, but
April 5th.
April the 5th. Yeah, we're going to drag this shit out till my brother's birthday that we won't be celebrating.
Till we get enough money, we'll keep the bids
November
open.
5th is his birthday.
All right.
So,
And again, $75 for most of the pictures, $150 for the Midnight Express, $125 if you want the bundle of Undertakers or the bundle of Rey Mysterios to get both of those.
I'm going to tell you something right now, and you're going to probably figure out how to know it. You have auto level mic control clicked on your settings, don't you?
Do I? I don't know.
Because sometimes when you speak, it goes real low and then it'll gradually build back up. And that's happened 2 or 3 times. I think I took auto level off of mine. I just set mine around.
I just got
it's not?
stereo audio. You know what happens? I've got,
I don't even have stereo audio clicked. I've got because I got echo cancellation on. But you wear headphones and I don't.
Let me see. Taking it back. Come back here, you. Come back. All right, there's my messy desk. Right there.
You look like you work for a living. I don't.
All right, that little guy right there is my Wave.
That's what they want me. That's what they want me to do with my job, and I won't do it.
That's my Wave XLR. What that is a XLR interface for the microphone, and every once in a while the volume layer I'll turn it up.
Okay.
It just drops down.
I said we had the auto level control on, and that might be doing it.
I do not, but
I didn't even know you had stereo audio on because every time I click that during the show, I get the fucking echo. So but you can't use echo cancellation and have stereo audio on.
Yeah, how crazy. Well, it's because I'm using the headphones though, so that's probably
all right. So it is. We've been here an hour and 41 minutes. It's 10:48 p.m. If we want to help Eunice get her motorcycle registered. If anybody wants to buy one of those pictures, that would get it done. And John Cena said, that's awesome. Thank you guys for bidding on the picture. And I'm telling you now, it ain't going to go for 150. That is John Cena Sr., Tony Atlas, letter of authenticity, 5 of 10. There's 10 in the world. So it ain't going to go for 150, but that's a nice start. That's
the opening bid. 150, 350 for the giant, larger lithograph signed by John Cena, and again $75. That China picture is not $75.
The name you helped me pronounce, Bob. I just sent you a picture of her, and I think her kid. Let me see. Yeah, her kid's kind of peeking in. Apparently, the kid is very shy.
Well, aren't they all?
He doesn't. Haven't found one yet. That's not. Cheska, why won't you tell me how much you need for your medication? Because I'm very shy to you. No, you're laying in the hospital. You took a picture of me in your hospital. You took a picture of yourself laying in a hospital bed, telling me that you're sick and that you need medications. You're not that shy.
Not that shy. Yeah.
Now, how much do you fucking need?
All right, there you go.
I get irritated sometimes.
He has the meat.
So Eunice will not be hassled. We're hopefully going to get this done. If not today, hopefully tomorrow. So, yeah, we're doing everything we can to help Eunice get her motorcycle done. Who else did I say we were helping on here, Bob? Because I've lost track. I know there's somebody else we were trying to help too.
We're trying to help RV's grandmother.
RV's grandmother with the oxygen.
And then that's what I
like we had. Down. I thought we had one more, but maybe.
Well, we got the medicine. We got J9E's medicine.
Got J9E. She was very. She said, "Oh my God, you've helped me too much." I said, "I agree."
You're damn right. Send it back.
No, I think we sent her 400 extra pesos for food because it's great to get the medicine. They like to eat too, and I had to help Honey Rose today. Yeah, I had to help Honey Rose today. She had almost no food.
Took care of Ruby May because
Ruby May.
Her family. We just helped her a little bit over the weekend, so it keeps on keeping on.
It keeps keeping on. Eunice says, thank you guys very much for trying to help me. I appreciate it. No, we can't afford to have the kid get her bike impounded, and I wish we could help. Honey Rose says thanks to everybody that helps us keep her above water. She didn't phrase it that way, but that's what she means.
Yeah. So
And
Narn Anderson with the $5 super chat says, Starmaker, who came up with the name Midnight Express for a tag team? Dawned on me recently how heat-seeking that name was, given the nature of the movie.
Actually, Jimmy and I were both big fans of the movie The Midnight Express, and we were big fans of the song Chase, who's one of the hotel managers I had to deal with today. Chase, done by Giorgio Moroder, who was the primary musician behind the work of Donna Summer. There would be no Donna Summer if it was not for Giorgio Moroder. And Giorgio Moroder did the song Chase. So we were big fans of that.
Hot stuff, baby, this evening.
So I think the primary reason that they became the Midnight Express is because Jimmy wanted to use that song. So when it was official that he was going to be managing Bobby and Dennis and they were going to be the Midnight Express, I have to give Jimmy the credit for coming up with the name The Midnight Express based upon our love of the movie and the song. But he came over to my house because I had the 12-inch version of Giorgio Moroder's Chase. So he comes over to my house with a cassette tape and he records like the 7, 8, 9-minute version or whatever it is of Chase, so that they can play it in all the theaters when they the arenas when they go do the shows, and he doesn't have to worry about the music ending no matter how long their entrance is, because no one's getting a 9-minute entrance back in those days. So he records the 9-minute version on cassette. We record that on my house on my turntable on my Zenith Allegro stereo system that was brand new. It was $399. My mother financed it at Jerry's Corner Store in LaGrange. 1977, I think she bought that for me. And that was still my primary stereo when Jimmy got in wrestling. And even when he started managing the Midnight Express. So he come over and we recorded it on that. And that is how the Midnight Express name was come up with and how they ended up with their theme song.
Dennis Condrey tells a slightly different story.
Well, Condrey's lying, but go ahead.
Dennis Condrey says the name did not stem from the movie. Because the original, when it was Condrey, Randy Rose, and Norvell Austin. Oh, sorry, Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose. Yeah. Their Midnight Express. They all dressed in black, drove black cars, and were out partying past midnight. That's where they said they came up with that name, and then. When Jimmy,
I called him a liar. I called him a liar, and I probably shouldn't have. That might have been Paul Heyman's reason, but they did not have that song as their entrance back then.
No, they did not. That started in CWA, that started in Mid-South when Jimmy and Bobby.
When Jimmy took over. So the reason they were called the Midnight Express then, that would have been Paul Heyman's deal if he's the one that actually come up with it. But no, when Jimmy took over, that was the reason, and that was a different Midnight Express because Condrey, Randy Rhodes, and who was the third one? Because it wasn't Bobby Eaton.
Norvell Austin.
Norvell Austin, exactly. And Honky Tonk Man thought that he was an honorary Midnight Express member for a brief period of time. We can't find any record of that, but he thought that he was in that group for a short period of time. We haven't been able to find anything to back that up, but that's what the Honky Tonk Man told me. And there's probably not a shitload of Norvell Austin out there as the Midnight Express, but yeah. So when I say Jimmy's never had original thought in his life, Paul Heyman.
According to the Wikipedia page, which of course Wikipedia is never wrong.
Well, they tell you I was born in St. Petersburg, Florida. Yeah. So
Dennis Condrey, Randy Rose formed it originally in 1980. Norvell Austin joined in 81. Mm-hmm. Ron Starr and the Honky Tonk Man were in 1983. I don't remember Ron Starr being there.
I don't remember that either. 83. Well, Jimmy had him by then, didn't he?
Well, then Bobby Eaton joined in 83, so it was sometime during 83.
Okay, yeah. Because I didn't move out of LaGrange till the summer of 84. because I smacked David King on March 16th, 1984. So I was still living on Main Street when Jimmy come up to record that record. So all that adds up. And you know what? I got to correct myself. It was not the Zenith Allegro. I'd upgraded. Me and Jimmy had both been buying real good audio equipment, new turntables, new cassette decks. And I had some type of, I forgot the brand name of the receiver. That might have been a Zenith as well. I don't remember. But I had an upgraded stereo and I had a better turntable than Jimmy. So that is why he came up there. And I had the Dolby cassette decks. The Zenith Allegro did not have Dolby. It was just a standard. It was almost like a car stereo cassette deck on the Zenith Allegro. You put them in sideways. It didn't have a door that popped down. You just put it in like a car cassette. And it was very strange for a home unit. As a matter of fact, the picture that has me and Adrian Reynolds, do we still have that here? Because I'll show you the damn stereo if that picture of me, Adrian Reynolds, and Mike Hallman is still in here. And I bet it is.
It should be.
But no, I had a little bit better stereo than Jimmy then. That's why he came up to record it, the Midnight Express. But that was Jimmy's reason for wanting to be the Midnight Express.
Oh, here we go. This one.
But I'm shocked because of there. See that stereo behind Adrian? That is the Zenith Allegro stereo that had a cover that dropped on top of it. It was a tinted cover that covered the turntable, a little rack to store your cassette tapes. And to the far left there, where Adrian is standing,
or was standing. Yeah, you know, Adrian's having trouble.
Did you get bored with Adrian? Are you racist?
Yeah, no, he's having trouble standing.
Black man in my bedroom. All right,
with you in your underwear.
Well,
no, you and Jimmy's underwear.
You don't know that's me. You do not know that's me. And that is the masked executioners who that is. And but no, to the left of that stereo there, the very left-hand side, is the slot where the cassettes went in like a car stereo, and they went in sideways. And then it had piano key buttons to record, play, rewind, all that. Those are little piano key buttons there. The tuner is over there to the right-hand side where you change your FM stations. And Jimmy wanted to know why I did not have country music stations to play on my stereo. And I said, I took a pair of pliers and I went in and I cut out all the diodes of all the FM stations. He said, can you do that to my car stereo? I said, no, you can only do it to home units. He thought that you could go into a stereo and cut out the country music stations. You could not.
Yes, that way you wouldn't have to hear them.
But no, that is Jimmy's sleepwear there that I wrestled in because I had to wrestle under a mask to fight for a title because Kenny Risen already had one title. So the Max, what was the name of that guy? The Masked, God, what an executioner. I forgot the name. It'll come to me eventually. But I had to wrestle under a mask to fight Jimmy for a belt he made up. So, and that's Mike Hallman there too, that I got my arm around. He was the Sam Bass of Oldham County High. I was the Jerry Lawler. Adrian Reynolds was my friend then, who eventually was beaten up and killed by the Louisville Police Department. I forget what the reason was. I heard about it on the radio going to see my girlfriend in Patoka Lake in Indiana. And Bill Clinton held Adrian's picture up over his head in Freedom Hall when Bill Clinton came here to do a campaign speech. And he was trying to hold the Louisville Police Department responsible for what they had done to Adrian, where they beat him up in his cell and killed him. And look at the size of him. He never got much bigger. Now, in that picture, I'm probably 17. Mike's about 16 or 17. Adrian is probably 15. And he was our little buddy, you know. And he's holding the microphone. He's interviewing me and Mike. Mm-hmm. And that's what Adrian is doing there. So that young man, I was told, is even more famous in LaGrange than me because Bill Clinton. Under the circumstances, I'm glad Bill Clinton didn't hold my picture over his head.
There you go.
I'm not envious of that particular title. Yeah, that is a Dr. X mask, but I didn't go by. Oh, I was the masked mauler. To sound like Lawler. So
Mauler. The masked
mauler. I was the masked mauler, so I'm glad someone was trying to figure it. But yeah, and that was Jimmy's Dr. X mask because he collected all that shit. That's Jimmy's shirt. That's Jimmy's sleeping and my underwear to make it look like wrestling tights, and my white tube socks to make it look. And that's Jimmy's knee pad too, because I never wore knee pads. So there you go. So the history of Adrian Reynolds, Mike Heilman, and myself, that's probably 1977. Those are gorgeous curtains I had back then. I remember that room like it was yesterday. And we moved in there in 1974, moved out in 1984 when I got my job with Royal Prestige, late 84. And I remember buying that rug because it was hardwood floor. And I tacked that rug down because I used to shoot Nerf hoop basketball in that room. And Adrian got into a fight with Jimmy in that room once. A little scuffle broke out. Adrian, that little bitty son of a bitch, wrestled Jimmy to the floor. And Jimmy had bought some brand new blue jeans that day. And he ripped his jeans. And when Jimmy realized his brand new jeans had been ripped, he got up bleeding from the nose, angry as shit, calling Adrian a word you shouldn't call a little black friend, chasing him down Main Street.
Starts with an N.
I've heard. Chasing him down Main Street on Oldham County Day with thousands and thousands of people in LaGrange to celebrate Oldham County Day as they do every year. I live on Main Street where all the people come. And I remember the first time I invited Jimmy up, I said, you're going to have to park in the back. I said, it's going to be crowded on Main Street. He said, why is that? I said, it's I Hate Kenny Risen Day. And everybody that hates Kenny Risen will be in town today. And that was the day that happened. And it's goddamn big turnout for I Hate Kenny Risen Day. Yeah, it's a big sellout every year. And it was Oldham County Day and Main Street. And like I said, there'd be thousands of people there. LaGrange was a population back then of about 2,300 people. But there would be but everybody from the county came to LaGrange on Oldham County Day, and people peddled their goods and sold food and, just whatever the fuck they had for sale. They'd set up booze all over LaGrange and sell it. And it was a busy day. And I remember it well. So there we go. That probably got us absolutely no donations whatsoever, but the story was told because for $5 measly, I told that story.
All right. If you have an iPhone and you want to join the membership, here's how you do it. You just open up YouTube in Chrome on your phone. Can't use Safari, can't use YouTube app.
Shout out to Big Chris, by the way. Shout out to Big Chris for his $50 gift to me. He told me to use it how I see fit, and I will.
Click the 3 dots at the bottom of the screen. Choose Request Desktop Version. You'll see the join button. You can get a membership. If you want to get notifications, click that subscribe and hit the down arrow. And make sure that you choose all, because if you choose personalized or you choose none, like a son of a bitch, you won't see any notifications. But click that bell.
Like when we had Eric Bischoff on the show.
That's right. Eric Bischoff was right there. He had his notifications on.
He did.
Boss badges may be coming soon in physical form. I'm waiting for a quote from the company to get.
They're still waiting on that.
Nice.
Huh? Yeah. Send me that again so I can save it where I can find it. If you want to send me that again, to where I have that. Again.
And ladies and gentlemen, this show is copyrighted Kenny Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. So,
or as Major League Baseball says it, the express written consent of Bolin Services Incorporated.
Yeah. Whoever.
Or me.
Or Kenny Bolin.
or
Ole Anderson.
Yeah, you might want that too. You might want that. Don't get him in a bad mood, because even with written consent, he might revoke it.
Yeah, he might just revoke it.
So speaking of revoke, how about Trump trying to overturn the pardons of Joe Biden because of the auto pen shit that he has not an ounce of legal right to do?
Yeah,
I have never seen somebody try to get by with more shit in such a short period of time.
Yeah,
to just tell everybody I'm a criminal and
you got to go back and watch it. We gave what earlier in the show. You got to go back and watch. We're not going to go.
Yeah, you got to go back and watch it. A little late now. You should have stayed tuned and got a badge. That would have helped.
Yuri the Black says, "Hello, it's been a while. Get a badge, Yuri. Come on,
get a badge, Yuri. That's why it's been a while. You ain't got a badge, because a lot of these shows are members only. If you ain't got a badge, you can't chime in, and we're probably going to go back to that very soon.
We did tell it. Go back and watch.
Yes.
Started to get on my nerve, Mr. Account that was just created earlier this year.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Hang on. Let me handle this, because they've been in here before. They never, so. That's the timeout for being a dick. Don't argue with Bob Hazelwood when he's in bad mood. Don't do it. I don't even
Or
do
in a
it.
good mood. When I'm in a good mood, don't argue
I've
with him.
given Bob nights off when he's in a bad mood just because I don't want to,
He doesn't
angle
want to
him.
alienate all the fans.
No, I don't want to do that. So, but of course, the
All
night I
RJs
gave
would.
Bob off, by the way, our donations on my birthday night was a non-COVID, non-Christmas Eve record. Most
you go.
donations we've ever received on a non-COVID, non-Christmas Eve night show. So we thank you very much for that. That was very kind of you guys. And a lot of you now tonight know a lot more about Adrian Reynolds than you knew before. And Adrian was a good guy until he got away from us. And then he turned into a bit of a life of crime. And he was no longer had contact with me and Jimmy. I think he kind of moved to downtown Louisville and was kind of on his own. But the years we knew him, Adrian was, he, as a little guy, he got picked on a lot. And me and Mike Holm and my friends would protect Adrian. And Adrian is the reason that I had to start standing up to racist in LaGrange, because even my mother back then told me that Adrian was not welcome in our home. And I was 14, 15 years old when I moved in, and me and Adrian became friends, playing basketball in the courts of LaGrange. And I brought Adrian home with me to watch television and have dinner with us. And then mom didn't say it in front of him, but as he was leaving, she says, "We can't have little black kids up here." I said, "What do you mean?" She says, "Well, people will talk." I said, "Well, let them fucking talk." Because I gotten pretty mouthy by the time I was 14 and Dad was out of the house. But I was told that I couldn't have black kids up into the house. I said, "Well, no, I live here, and he's my friend, and I'm not going to judge him due to the color of his skin, and he's welcome." And so if you want to kick me out, and I guess you could have at age 14. And then by the time I was 16, I was working and helping pay the bills. So no, he can come. And then just to piss her off, I brought lots of black people into my home. There'd be sometimes I have 6 or 7 Adrian's friends come up watching wrestling or what the fuck ever. So Adrian was kind of what made me stand up to racist. So, like I said, everything has a reason for why it happened, and how I ended up in pro wrestling over slapping a store manager. Adrian was the reason I started standing up for people of color. And I thank him for that, because without Adrian, I might have been groomed a different way. I don't know. I was certainly groomed to be that way, for people that like to use that word. So I thought this has been a pretty good show. Donations could have been a little bit better, but hey, we did real good on my birthday show, and I'm thankful to that. And the bidding has started. Of course, the guy bidding on those China, I haven't seen him chime in since we told him he couldn't work.
Yeah.
He should have jacked you up to about $500 on that thing. He didn't do it.
Could have had it for that too.
Well, Becky, I will. I'm dead tired right now. I haven't had much sleep, and I haven't had no dinner, and I still got some sugar. But I will. If Bob will send that link to because I can't come back here and get it. But if Bob will send me that link to my inbox, I will make sure to go leave the kid a message. I certainly will. And I always have time to do that. If I don't, I'll make time. It just won't be right now because I'm starving. And so that's a timeout, Mr. No Badge. And I do get tired of people telling me I don't have $3. Because why are you watching this fucking show? Go out and find something to do to earn $3 fucking. God, Kenny can be a bitch.
You can be.
We know. 167 of you knew that when you showed up. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thanks to all of you that did donate. We will focus again on the Thursday show to try to raise the rest of the money to pay for the registration to make Eunice legal. And smoke test, it's about $50 total. I do want to take care of food and medication for anybody tonight that is in need. Cameron has pledged $200 in the future. We just don't. My job. Well, you got a great job. They just don't give you great hours. The job's good. It's like Kroger. I had a great job at $8.40 an hour, but they wanted to cut me to 20 hours a week. You're kind of in that same boat. Cameron was shocked he worked 8 hours the other day. He works for one of the big companies here in Louisville, and there's only like 3 or 4 of them. So, but no, man, we appreciate it, and we appreciate your pledge down the road, and you'll get your taxes, but hopefully they don't quit firing people at the IRS, we hope you get your tax refund eventually. So, no, thanks to everybody for participating with the show tonight. We gave you 2 hours and 4 minutes for not a lot of money. But like I said, the birthday show was a big success, and we're glad we went on and did it. And thank you guys for that as well. So until Thursday night, maybe. God damn, the NCAA tournament's Thursday and Friday.
It's starting. Make sure that you get your picks in. Join our group.
I think Louisville. What time does Louisville play on Thursday night? Because I won't be going head to head with the Louisville Cardinals. That is not going to happen.
The tournament challenge bracket. Let me get that.
Yeah, what time is their game? Yeah, well, the tourney picks, you'll have to click my thing. Bob posted a link in here. If Bob sends me the link, I will post it on Facebook as well. Well, I've already got the link. Bob's already sent it to me, so I'll post that on Facebook. Still 161 of you donating, watching the show.
But not
150 of you were pretty selfish, though. So.
Yeah, so Louisville and
is it 7:30 or 9:30?
It is.
I thought it's the 8-9 matchup. Those normally get a good time slot.
Yeah, Louisville and Creighton play 11:15 a.m. on the 20th.
What the fuck? They're making us get out of bed that early to play ball.
That might be Central.
That's your time. It's 12:15.
Right, so 12:15.
Okay, I knew. Okay, yeah. Well, I still might go ahead and do a show. Maybe 10-ish on Thursday.
Michigan San Diego comes on at 9 or at 10 o'clock.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. All right.
So, yeah, Thursday we have Auburn, Alabama at, I'm just going to go Central Time because it's listed 1:50. Louisville, Creighton at 11:15.
Yes, that's 12:15 here then. Okay.
Michigan.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we were playing at 9. So, yeah, we could be out of the tournament because Creighton's good.
Texas A&M and Yale is at 6:25 p.m. And that Houston and SIUE, whatever they are, Houston and the Sacrificial Lambs is at 1 p.m. on the 20th. Gonzaga and Georgia at 3:35. Clemson and McNeese State at 2:15. Purdue and High Point at 11:40. And that is your Missouri Drake, Texas Tech, and UNC Wilmington. There's a lot of games on Thursday. So just go to the schedule.
Thursday night at 9 o'clock, what are we going head-to-head with?
Thursday night at 9 o'clock, you would be going head-to-head with the end of, let's see here, Drake and Missouri, probably Texas Tech and UNC Wilmington.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
But I ain't.
You really do not care. No. You're rooting for Colorado State.
No, I might root for Colorado State. I don't expect them to get out of the first round, but
the Texas Tech Red Riders.
The Red Riders.
They ride red.
Just remember, folks, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Houston, Baylor. There's your Final Four.
They'll probably all four be eliminated on opening day.
They probably will be. And for
I think Houston might get through for sure, though.
Yeah, they might.
Is Texas Tech a 3 seed? Who's the 3 seed? A&M's a 4.
Baylor's a 9.
A lot of people thought Baylor got the Texas A&M got a higher seed than they deserved. A lot of people thought Louisville really got fucked. They played in the ACC championship game, beat Clemson twice, and Clemson's a 3 seed, and we are an 8. So
there you go.
And did you see the governor bitching about West Virginia not getting in? The governor of West Virginia.
Nah.
Well, he made some good sense. North Carolina got in. North Carolina was 1-7 against the top 70 teams. West Virginia was like 5-8 or something against top 70 teams. They had no quad 3 or quad 2 losses. North Carolina had a quad 3 loss. Carolina's resume was nothing compared to West Virginia's, but Carolina got in and West Virginia did not. And the governor was hot about it. He called
some of that, I think, is just legacy, right? Because it's UNC.
Some of it's legacy, but that shouldn't count. Even with U of L, if you didn't have the resume, fuck the legacy. If your resume does not stack up to other teams that did dramatically better than you, especially against the top 70, And West Virginia had a good record against top 70. North Carolina did not. They had one win against top 70 teams. Louisville slaughtered them. So no, they should not be in. And I, for once, agree with Pat McAfee. West Virginia got fucked.
One thing.
Throw them out now.
All right.
Just throw them
we'll
out
be
now.
back on Thursday with some basketball game. Not playing in the background because we don't do watch-alongs.
No, we don't do watch-alongs.
For Kenny Bolin, the man with March Madness teeth.
That's what the copyright things are about.
With March Madness teeth, he's down to his final four. Bob
Show that copyright thing again, because that's the first time I've seen it. It's the first time I've seen it. I didn't know because we had some people put that together for us there. They told us it would be a good idea.
First thing you do, shoot the lawyers. Copyright. Here we go. This audiovisual presentation is copyrighted 2025 by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin.
The intellectual property of Kenneth W. Bolin. And we did say